want to start out by, saying, that's a heck of a football team that we just competed against. Obviously they've proven the first 7 weeks, 8 weeks of the season that, they're one of the best teams in the country. And this could be a building block for us. And there's no second places, there's no consolation prizes. We came in here to get the win. It didn't happen, but I love the fight of our team. I love the four-quarter finish of our team. I love the belief that we felt like we had for 60 minutes. We just didn't match their physicality at times, and didn't make some plays when we had some opportunities. So it's a credit to them for what they're doing. I'm proud of our guys, the way they fought, and this team will be defined by these last 5 weeks. It really will. And that locker room is full of energy, it's full of belief, it's full of where we're going, and I'm proud of our guys.
Your offense to kind of get slowed down outside of garbage time in the second half. Was Oregon doing something different on defense, or what was kind of the difference?
Say that one more time, Greg.
Like in the second half, and they kind of slowed you guys down on offense. What were they doing differently if they were doing anything different?
I thought we did a really good job. If we look at the totality of the game, protecting Cam. But I think in the second half it started to get a little bit leaky. He had to do more of those scramble plays. We were off target and timing a little bit. And give credit to them. Like I said, they roll in 18 guys up front. They keep attacking you. We're okay in some off-script plays and did average job establishing the run when we did run the football. And I think the bigger moments is they won some key 4th downs and we had some opportunities late in the second half. So credit to them, but I like where we were offensively and had some explosive plays, but they kept us off balance, I think, up front in the second half.
How big was getting back to your 100% coming back to the
I think you see it right off the gate. It gives us that inside presence, a guy that's really hard to guard and man, makes him double him so we can take the ball outside. His energy and presence has always been felt in this team, whether he's been playing or not, but to have him out there, he's a mismatch. And I've said this before, that is Cam's safety net. You can see it, and you can feel the real connection for him to go out there and make plays. He's got it through this high ankle. Just really proud of that kid, and I think he means a lot to our offense.
Team, I think, figured some things out with the run game, especially late first half, second half especially. What do you see there?
I think that's the biggest thing that I really got to see the tape on. Walking away currently in the moment, not feeling that it was just a physical thing, but it was a fit thing. I think they did a good job getting our nickel corner in the fit on a bunch of different motions and shifts and trades. But just not really good enough and not acceptable. And this is 2 years in a row, almost giving up 10 yards per play to this team. And they're good, but they're not to the point where we're giving up that big of explosive and chunky yardages and sometimes feel like, nobody's there in those situations. So I got to see the tape and reevaluate kind of what we're doing there and how we need to do it better. I take that solely on me. I got to make sure that I put these guys in better positions to execute. And same thing on 3rd and 17 in the goal line. We can't give them a 1-on-1 matchup. We got to find a way to win. So it's a good team. You can't ever relax. You can't ever settle. And I thought they stayed ahead of us in the run game.
How much of a factor do you think not turning it over had today? Obviously, you never want to turn it over, but just being able to play the way you want to play it on offense.
Well, the thing, margin in general. We knew if we could come into the game and find a way to get them to turn over the ball, which they don't do, and protect the ball, that we could gain an advantage. We knew we'd have to stop them a little bit by, a fumble or an interception, and that was going to be part of the plan defensively to try to get the ball back. It was never really an opportunity there to go do that. But it's good to take care of the ball. It shows how efficient we can be on offense when we do those things, right? So there's always a balance to it, and I'm proud of Cam. There's some situations where maybe a couple weeks ago he fumbled that ball in the pocket, and he did a better job of having his feel and presence, and that's going to be big for us going forward down the stretch.
Dylan Payne is a real run. What was the thinking there, and is that like a longer-term thing?
Dylan's earned everything he's ever gotten in our program, period. And we don't put anybody out there that we don't feel earned it and can give us an edge. In a run game, we need to get downhill and be physical. He's showing the willingness to want to do things right in pass protection, and he's earned that. And I think he did last year, and he's continued that on this season. And the guys really rallied around DP. I mean that, right? People just love it. He walks on. He doesn't have the scholarship deal, and he's just one of those guys that just fights every freaking day. And it's just, I'm so proud of that kid.
He went to the 10. At some point, do you know anything about that? Or
Who did?
Like dealing with pain.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of see as it goes. I think you could just feel in that fourth quarter them wearing on us a little bit. So we'll see kind of how the injury situations come out really across the board.
Moving past this game, what's going to be key to helping your team to keep that focus and do what you guys want to do?
I think the biggest thing is we're going to look hard at this tape to make the adjustments, but we're also going to see the really good things that we did today. And we're going to build off that, right? We're going to showcase that, and we're going to say, hey, when we do it right, when we live on our technique and we're all trusted to do our job, we can do really good things against the best opponents in the country, right? So to me, this is a building block moment. This isn't what happened last week. This is a building block to springboard us into where we want to go and how we want to finish. The resolve of this team will be tested. Okay, but I said this on the jump. I trust this team and how we're going to respond and how we're going to come back to practice and how we're going to attack to finish this season. And starts just getting one, right? Just getting one. And I don't even mean one game. I mean one moment, one practice, one play to get us going back to where we're capable of playing. And I think you saw a lot of flashes of that today.
How did you see your defense play today in terms of finishing those tackles and being in the right position?
Like I said, we got to watch the tape defensively. I think early on they came out and tried to attack us in some pass game. I think we managed that. We had some really good red zone stops. And then they came out and said, hey, let's get physical with them. And I don't know if we responded to it as well as we're capable of and being as fit conscious as we was. Some of those were untouched runs, and we can't have that against a really good opponent. Some of them were those making our guys miss, and we got to correct those issues and find ways to battle, because this is a copycat league. There'll be a lot of things that other teams will do down the stretch here that'll mimic Oregon's success.
How much do you think you saw of Oregon dropping back in coverage for UCLA and Arizona? How much did you see that?
I didn't see a lot of it. Oregon's Oregon, and they're comfortable with their game plan, and they're more of an attacking style. I mean, in that first half, we walked in and said, man, that was a heck of a job in protection. Yeah, I felt that way across the board. Clean pockets. I mean, we were picking their stuff up, and I thought they leaned on us a little bit as that game went, and that was probably the shift in the second half. But they didn't do a whole lot of 3-down drop 8. That's not their style. It's not their nature. They played within themselves, and besides a couple new pressures that got us in the 4th down and got us early on in the 3rd down, we felt like they were pretty consistent with how they attacked a lot of people.
This offensive line that you think can kind of go for the long period between Essa left tackle, Christian Connor, Brock, and Bailey on the edge.
Yeah, if we can stay healthy, we really like this lineup and where we're going. Probably use it as we go, and I think that's the consistency that we need. Brock's a bulldog. I mean it. Brock waited his turn, just got better every day. He was kind of out of the rotation big time last year, and then found a way to grit it out. And he does a lot of just really good things. And Christian Hilborn and Essa, I just think through some of the cycling and some of the competition, they've come out of this on the other side playing better football. And that's exactly what we needed as a football team.
You guys good with Coach?
One more. Late, or rather in the first drive, one of Oregon's first drive, when Cam Lampkin made the stop to prevent that from scoring. What did you see from him today? And in that moment, what was going through your mind?
I just think for Lamp, it isn't just today. He's had a body of work throughout the season, and I feel like he's getting tested quite a bit, and I think they hit a couple deep balls. 11 is a great player, I'm telling you. He can take it up top, but Cam is a competitor. And that's what I love about the kid. No matter what happens and comes his way, he stays in the moment, and it's tough being on that island. And he's been a fighter this whole season. He'll continue to do that as he finishes out his career.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, go Cougs.